This question is really dear to my heart and relates to another project that I'm doing called Organising from Elsewhere. You're really welcome to read more about that on our website. The practices that I share, I've learned. Europe is the first colonized people. We killed the pagans. We killed the witches. We have no memory of our own non-dualistic understanding of how the world works. We're all post-enlightenment here. We're all zeros and ones and binary and separation and Descartes, the spirit from the body and from matter. And I'm deeply grateful for my own healing to the peoples that we massacred and slaughtered and culturally killed, indigenous peoples who've somehow, despite hundreds of years of annihilation, held on to this non-dualistic understanding. In a previous video, I talked about assimilating. So they have managed to whisper back to us these other ways of understanding the world and these practices that can give us this non-dualistic experience of reality. And we assimilate it. So at the moment, we're only allowed to practice this within the framework of self-improvement. I'm fucked up. It's my responsibility, as I'm separate from everybody else and everything else, to sort out my fucked upness. To be a better person, to be a healthier person, to be a better worker, to be able to achieve and be successful and worthy. And then we move to plant medicine, to therapy, to Tantra, to heal my trauma, to, I don't know. But these practices, they weren't self-improvement tools. They existed within a web of meaning, a way of understanding the world, and a way of living with each other. In relationship with all that I am. Now that means my children, my partner, my family, my community, my society, my ancestors, the land that I'm on, the nature that I'm part of. These practices came from how we move and decide and live in relation, a felt experience of non-dualism. I believe that we need to take these practices out of the box. That step one is to work with trauma. Step one is to decolonize, to understand our ways of thinking, our colonial mindset of separation, our patriarchal, racist mindset of separation, become aware of it so that we can look at it, to work with trauma, to learn practices so that our resting point of consciousness can be one in which we experience the world much more as both separate and part of, and then to look at how we can move and live and decide together from that place. I believe these practices and many indigenous and wise communities have much to say and to show us about how we can learn to make decisions together and act together from a fundamental assumption of interconnectedness. There isn't time in this video to explore that more, but I would encourage you to explore our website Organising from Elsewhere, which is looking to support social movements to use these principles and understandings and practices to organise for social change more effectively, and how we can support those that are moving to intentional community living to really take a decolonial attitude towards it and to avoid replicating the very cultures that they're trying to change, amongst other things.